Hey, Carl here. Today's day number 4 of the 27-day body transformation process, and I hope you've been following along with me so far and really been able to start your process. So maybe today's year number 4 too. If it's not, no worries. This entire 27-day process is really to help educate and inspire you to make a few changes if you need to improve a few areas if you need to really sharpen your wellness and drop that extra weight if you want to drop it, build some extra muscle if you want to build it, but basically transform the body. And really, a lot of times people think it's some crazy processes you have to go through or strategically planning this in-depth, huge system. It's really not. It's really simple, basic things you just do continuously over time. And I wanted to show you what can happen in a 27-day process. So today's day number 4 for me, and if you saw my day 1, day 2 videos, day 2 we had a little bit of an obstacle. Actually, day number 1 that evening, and since then it's been going great, and really been able to just write a game plan in the morning, even the night before I go to bed typically. Wake up the next day, have an entire nutrition plan set for the day, and again I track that in MyFitnessPal, so I enter all of it into my tracking app, so I know if I follow what I wrote down, that at the end of the day all my numbers will be hit. So that's really the goal, is to be able to have all that pre-planned. Then my job is just to execute on the plan that I made. Most people are in a reactive state, not a proactive state. So we want to plan everything out as best as you can, so you're in a proactive, intentional state with your body transformation process. Now, if you haven't started planning your meals out, planning your days out, your meals and your snacks, I highly recommend you doing that. And today I just wanted to touch on one thing that I actually had a question from one of my clients a few days ago was, how much do you eat? How many, calories should I eat? How many proteins should I eat? All that kind of stuff. And I wanted to give her an exact answer, because obviously that would make it super simple, but it's not always that simple. The simplest way to really talk about that topic is to track your food, look at what happened over your time frame. So let's say you did 7 days of tracking. So you got to kind of just set your numbers. So let's say you start with 2,000 calories a day. Let's say you're a 5'10" male, 2,000 calories a day. Okay, and then I would say a 10-to-1 ratio calories of protein. So about 200 grams of protein a day if you're 5'10". If you're looking to maintain and even build your muscle mass, most guys are. So 10-to-1 calorie to protein ratio. So 2,000 calories, 200 grams of protein. Probably wouldn't even need 200. You could dial it back a little bit, but for example's sake, let's just make it easy. So start with 2,200 grams of protein, and you do that for 7 days. Then at the end of the 7 days, you monitor what your progress was. What happened to your weight? What happened to your body fat percent? What happened to your muscle mass? Different indicators. What happened to your even you can even look in the mirror. What's happening to my body? And if you see things are moving in the right direction, then yes, continue. If you see things are not moving in the right direction, you need to make a few changes. So there's always this refinement process. There's not like a one size fits all. So that's what makes it difficult. And not only is it there's not a one size fits all, but also people are different heights, different weights, different body frames, different muscle masses, different activity levels, different jobs, different stresses, right? Different sleep patterns. There is a lot different hydration levels. There's a lot of different things that go into it. So really what you want to do is to be able to get your foundation set in the beginning and do the same activity, i.e. do the same nutrition eating, your same meal planning, do the same fitness planning or the same workouts per se over a given time frame. I would say 7 days. Do it for 7 days. Now where people can get messed up is they do it for 4 days, right? They set the plan, do it for 4 days, then they have a day or two where they're kind of doing it, kind of not, and then they feel really bad about it, so they have one really bad day. So at the end of the 7 days, they maybe did it for 4 days and had 2 okay days and 1 not so good day. And see, when that happens, it throws the entire week off in terms of data that you just gathered on yourself. So you really need to be dedicated enough to stick to the plan that you set, or stick to the plan that your coach sets for you, and implement it. And if you don't implement it, maybe right now is not the right time. It's not a good or bad thing. But if you do want to get results, you do have to implement on the plan that either you write or your coach writes for you. So that's where I think people get messed up the most time, is they don't see the results they want, but then when we look back at what they did, they didn't follow the plan as closely as they could have. So it doesn't mean the plan doesn't work. It's just that they're not following the plan to get the results that they want. And you can't make adjustments in the plan until you follow it to get the data. So that's kind of how this whole circle works. And you basically, once you start getting the data, you're just refining the processes. You can play with your workouts. You can change how long they are, how intense they are. You can play with your food. You can adjust your caloric intake. You can bring it up, bring it down. You can adjust your protein intake, bring it up, bring it down. You can even adjust your hydration and a whole bunch of other things. So if you're following along these 27 days, in the beginning here, just set a number for yourself. Okay, if you're a female, pick. If you're looking to lose weight, 1,100 to 1,500 calories, probably somewhere in there. If you're male, probably somewhere between 1,600 and 1,900 to 2,000 calories a day. Again, that all depends. So this is not. Please don't take this as like end all be all recommendations. I am not a doctor, so I've just got to make that disclaimer, right? This is just a general template you can use to customize for yourself. So check with your health professionals that you work with before implementing any type of plan. But what I found in my experience working with thousands of people is that typically females are within that range and males are within that range. And again, a 10 to 1 calorie to protein ratio. So every 10 calories, 1 gram of protein. So if you take 1,500 calories, it'd be 150 grams of protein. It doesn't have to be exact, but around that percentage, that ratio per se. So I would start there. If you're looking for help on how much you should eat, start there in terms of number wise, and then eat mainly healthy lean protein sources, fruits, veggies, and whole grains like oatmeal, whole grain pasta. If you eat pasta, don't usually recommend that, but like quinoa, wild rice, things of that nature. So that's where I would start. Do it for 7 days. Do it as exactly the same as you can, so you get your baseline set, and then you start making adjustments moving forward. If you need help with the adjustments, let me know. I can definitely help out with that, or plug you into a program that I have that teaches you how to do that. So, anyways, guys, today's day number 4 for me. This is the process that I'm doing, exactly just like that. So that's the process you should do if you want to transform your body. And if your goal is like mine, which is you're looking to lose extra body fat and build a little bit of muscle, then this is the process. And most people would definitely, I don't know if this is you or not, but if you can relate with this, you would feel better if you lost a few pounds of body fat and put on a few pounds of lean muscle. So if you felt better, you looked better, everything just went better, slept better. Okay, this is really the process to do that. So anyways, day number 4, and hopefully this helps. Comment below this video if you have feedback or if you have questions, and we'll get a conversation going and help you in any way we can. So anyways, thanks for the time, guys. Finish day number 4 strong. Tomorrow's day number 5. It's going to be awesome.